using libraries with network drives. One of the new cool features of Windows 7 that I really like is the libraries feature. Now this allows you to have a central location that you can use and then have a whole bunch of other locations point to it. So let's say, and this is probably going to be a pretty good example of what libraries are used for, by the way. Let's say that you've got a whole bunch of photos here. They're on your C drive and they're stored, say, in your pictures folder. Now you might have some more photos stored on your desktop. And maybe you have some more on a different drive in the same computer as well. Let's say you've got a D drive. And then of course you might even have some more sitting on a different machine altogether, such as a network drive. Well, in most cases, unless you're a diligent sort of person whereby everything has its place and everything is neatly organized, if that doesn't sound like you, and let me tell you that doesn't sound like me either, then you probably got photos stored all over the place. Now maybe it's not photos, maybe it's MP3s or software or videos. Whatever it is, we often have similar types of files spread all over the place, and it's a pain to find everything. But here's the thing. You could just grab all of the photos that are stored in this location and here on the D drive and on the desktop, and we could just copy all of them straight into our pictures folder. But if you're like me, you've probably got a lot of photos and only a small Windows drive, and quite frankly, I don't have the space to be doing that. So my preference is to put all of these photos down here on my server, because not only do I have large terabyte hard drives on my server, space really isn't an issue, but I also like to have photos on my server since my server gets backed up regularly, and, well, my Windows workstation, I really don't bother backing it up since all of the important stuff stays on the server. Thirdly, having my data on a server means that anyone can access those photos without me having to leave my PC on all the time, and that's what I want. Heck, that's part of the reason for me having a server in the first place. But here's the thing. Windows 7 has this fantastic libraries feature, and if you try and use it with a network drive, it's just not going to let you. Well, not unless the drive has first been indexed. So let's go and see what I mean. Alright, well, I'm on my Windows 7 machine here, and it's connected to our winstructorlab.com domain. So let's quickly go and create a shared folder somewhere, and anywhere's fine, just as long as it's not on this machine. So we're going to click Start, and we'll open up our computer, and I'm going to navigate to DCO1/C$, and that's going to take me to the C drive on my domain controller here. So let's right click here, and we're going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this folder Photos. Now we'll come over here to the left and we'll go to the Pictures library on our Windows 7 machine. And let's go here into the Sample Pictures folder, and I'm going to select all of these pictures here, and I'll right click and choose Copy. And I'm going to hit the back button here a couple of times, and we'll go back to that Photos folder that we created a moment ago, and we're going to right click and we'll paste these photos right in here. Alright, so now we have a remote folder with some images in it. And of course, you're not going to have to do this. It's most likely that you already have your files in a remote folder somewhere. I'm just doing this to give us something to work with here. Okay, so let's go back to our libraries folder. And we could well easily create a new library and call it Photos or whatever. But let's just add that folder to our Pictures folder here, since that's already being used for images anyway. So we're going to double click on Pictures. And at the top here, you can see we have this hyperlink telling us that our Pictures library currently includes 2 locations. So let's select that link, and that'll open up a new window, and this is where we can add or remove new locations to our library. So let's add in a new one, so we'll click Add, and then here we can just browse to the folder where the images that we want to add are. So firstly, let's go to our computer, and then our C drive, and I'm going to quickly create a new folder here, and I'll call this Photos, and we'll double click on that folder, And down the bottom we'll choose Include Folder. And we'll click OK. Hi, and thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see the full-length version of this video, please visit our website www.winstructor.com, where you'll find lots of training videos that'll help you understand IT. We look forward to seeing you there.